Hi everyone, it's your boy Master Chief Mike again. Yeah, finally, we will look at portfolio number 2 with the magazines from 2005. And yeah, I would say let's get into it. So, like I said, this is portfolio number 2 with the magazines from 2005. Yo, let's get into it. Yeah. Here we have the Power Wrestling magazine from to January 2006, actually, but I put it in the portfolio because it was one of the first magazines from 2006. The first magazine, like we see here, is what it was actually the first magazine that was made in 2006 from Pro Wrestling, and it had Eddie Guerrero's passing as topic. And yeah, here you can see it, 1967 to 2005. My absolute hero, Eddie Guerrero. He was he was the greatest for me. He was my favorite wrestler. Yeah. Here we have 10 side special plus a giant poster. I think there's a 10 side special is about, it's about Eddie Guerrero. And yeah, here we have Batista and Co. A live tour in Germany that was happening in 2006. In April, they planned it in April to make it in April of 2006. Also, WWE talked about harder drug tests, better drug tests in the future as a topic. Here they are talking about a tour they had in Leipzig with pictures to see in this magazine, and Hamburg, Leipzig and Hamburg. Also Survivor Series 2005 as one topic in this magazine, and the new video game in test in a tryout, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Good times, everybody. Good times. And many things more. But this was a magazine from 2006 and the first from January 2006. But here are coming the magazines from 2005. And oh, yeah, that was the gigantic poster with Eddie Guerrero as topic, and yeah, the other side is, I assume, is Eddie Guerrero too, but yeah. Here we have the December edition of Power Wrestling from 2005. Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin on the cover. WWE was searching for a new superstar. In Germany, they search for a new superstar. That is the topic here. And Jimmy Hart, in an interview from Power Wrestling, the Mouth of the South. Everybody knows him. And yeah. From the enemy to the employee. Eric Bischoff, the story. the Eric Bischoff story. And Stone Cold Chaos. The relationship between WWE and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And they didn't know if they fix it at the time. If they can fix it. And here they're talking about the DVD, the ultimate destruction of the destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. The DVD they're talking about here as a topic, and here they are talking about Taboo Tuesday. Also, another topic in this magazine is Christian leaves WWE. And a legend portrait about Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And here also another topic is controversial. Bret Hart an interview, I assume. In an interview, I assume. Yeah. TNA Wrestling. The popular here at that point, the popularity of TNA is getting higher, and they're talking about that in this magazine and many other topics. The posters in this magazine are the Survivor Series poster, and this is the Undertaker on it, I think. And here we have Trish Stratus as Wonder Woman with the woman's title at the time. So, to the next magazine, this is a special edition of Power Wrestling from 2005, and we have Bret Hitman Hart on this magazine cover. Here they are talking about the champions, the title changes, and the controversial things that happened at the time, and between the time from 1984 to 2005. They're talking about this in this magazine. Also, they're talking about the title History with the greatest stars, and the greatest stars in this as a topic: Andre the Giant, Randy Savage, The Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero, JBL, John Cena. Yeah, and that's it with this magazine. And here we have also a gigantic poster, but I don't know with whom on it. I think it's Shawn Michaels. No, it's Bret Hart. Okay, yeah. with the 4 stars, four hearts. We see it's Bret Hart. Okay, the next magazine. It's from November. Here we have John Cena as on the cover. The topics are Last Chance. Here we had the chance to win tickets for the live tour in Leipzig and Hamburg at that time. And the McMahon, the McMahon massacre, the McMahon massacre. Stone Cold WWE at WWE Homecoming. The McMahon massacre and Stone Cold at WWE Homecoming. And yeah, the champ is here, John Cena, in an exclusive interview. Portrait and M, a tag team that was at that time in WWE. Here they are talking about DVDs in Germany. They're starting to sell DVDs in Germany. And here they are talking about pay-per-views in Double Pack, WWE Unforgiven and No Mercy. News in a restart for TNA on a previous channel. I think that was I think the time that TNA was in German TV and they had it on the same channel. I think that was that. So the next one is from October 2005. The last one was on November of 2005. Here we have Edge and Lita on the on this cover. The future of SmackDown. Here they are talking about that it will not air on Tele 5 anymore. And here they are talking about Chris Jericho. At that time, he left WWE. Yeah, and they are talking about this in this magazine. And here they are talking about the DVDs that they will sell DVDs in Germany. Now, finally. Here we see here we see Matt Hardy on a poster, I think, that is in this magazine. No, it's not the poster. That's just a picture of him. Matt Hardy is in an exclusive interview here in this magazine. Hulkster versus HBK in SummerSlam 2005. Yes, they're talking about that in this magazine. Wrestling books. They're testing out. They look at wrestling books in this in this magazine. And here they're talking about TNA on Eurosport, which is a channel in TV over here in Germany. A portrait about Eugene. I hate that guy. Raw Diva Search. The Raw Diva Search from 2005. And here they are analyzing the downfall of Muhammad Hassan. Um, that's the topic. Yeah, that was the topic at that time. WWE. Here they're talking about the WWE tour in Leipzig and Hamburg. And UFC star Randy Couture interview. They are talking about that. They have him in an interview. Yep, in power wrestling they are talking also about UFC. That's they are talking about the UFC also in this wrestling magazines because of some things that happened between this. I mean, Brock Lesnar was in UFC too, and many other. Brock Lesnar was in the UFC, and CM Punk came later to the UFC, and Bobby Lashley is an MMA fighter too. So it's it was maybe normal for them to put the UFC into the wrestling magazines now. Uh, at that time, it was maybe an idea from them because of this these things that happened that some wrestlers were going to MMA and the other way around. And yeah, but let's get into this magazine. Here is Hulk Hogan on the cover. It's from September 2005, and yeah, here they are talking about the, here they are talking about that the people voted for the WWE Superstar 2005, and another topic is John Cena, his first concert, and I believe it was the only one. And here's another topic is Heidenreich. That is an interview here with Power Slang. Hulk Hogan makes his reality show just like Ozzy Osbourne. That is another topic here in this magazine. Hulk Hogan. Um, here's here they're talking about the match that that Hulk Hogan had with Shawn Michaels, or will have at the time, and it didn't happen at that time that when this magazine came out, but they're talking it's about the match that will happen. So here they are talking about the scandal that happened with and that Mohammed Hassan is not the WWE anymore because of the scandal. Triple H makes a break. Maybe he was hurt at the time or something like that, or other reasons. Here they are talking about a sensation. WWE and Bret Hart are working together again. That's sensation. Okay. Oh, here they are talking about firings. So people who were let go from the company. Here they are talking about the Great American Bash. The pay-per-view they had 2005, and here they are talking about Christian and portray. They are talking about Christian, and is a here they are talking about the UFC champ Chuck Liddell. Nay, they're not talking about him. He's an interview. Here's an interview in this magazine with Chuck Liddell and many other topics. And the posters are Rey Mysterio, and here's the Hogan versus Michaels poster for SummerSlam. So, the next magazine. Here we have the Sandman, ECW's Sandman on the cover. So, yeah. And here they're talking about the WWE draft lottery, or better, that they are talking about that John Cena was drafted to Raw and Batista was drafted to SmackDown. Both were world champions at the time. Batista the world heavyweight champion and John Cena the WWE champion. And yeah, they drafted Batista to SmackDown and John Cena to Raw. ECW here they're talking about that ECW comes back, and here they're talking about that Raw will come to Germany. John Cena came to Leipzig and Hamburg. Here ECFNW warning, extreme, you know what, and everything. Here ECW One Night Stand. They're talking about that in pay-per-view and Hardcore Homecoming. Hell in a Cell, Vengeance 2005. The Vengeance 2005 had the Hell in a Cell match. That's the topic here. And Shelton Benjamin, a feature about Shelton Benjamin. Here they analyze the draft lottery from 2005, and here they have an interview with ECW with ECW founder Todd Gordon. And here they're talking about also about Kevin Nash and many other topics too. And here you see the posters. Here's Sandman, and here's a big brawl between, I think, WWE superstars and the ECW superstars. Yeah. On to the next one. Yeah. Here we see John Cena on the cover. And it's the magazine from July 2005. The last one was from August, yeah. Here we see they're talking about Carlito Caribbean Cool. Carlito, huh? Extreme Dummy Dreamer. And he talks about ECW One Night Stand, I think. And here they're talking about the match between John Cena. No, the rivalry between John Cena and JBL. They describe it as epic, yeah. And they are talking about the events that will happen, or that will happen. You know what I mean? They already happened, but at that time they didn't happen already. the live events they were had in Leipzig and Hamburg. Okay, so yeah, and other topics in this magazines are that pro wrestling are searched uh, for the superstar WWE superstar of 2005. Here they're and here they're talking about also talking about Paul London and Viscera. The WWE Draft Lottery is another topic, and the WWE wrestling game, wrestling video game, WrestleMania 21. I had this game. I think I still have this game, but it wasn't one of the best. I had better games at the time on PlayStation. The Xbox game, WrestleMania 21 was a Xbox game, and the Xbox games uh wasn't the best games at that time. I have now my Xbox 360 and my Xbox One. They are awesome, but and the wrestling games on them are way better. But the wrestling games on Xbox wasn't that good. But the other games I had were very good on it. But this is another topic. Okay, here they are talking about Judgment Day, 2005, and yeah, many other topics too. So, and the posters are Lita and Edge, and Triple H, and Viscera, and here we see Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio. Good. So, here we see another special, 60-side special, with Batista on the cover. Um, Here there are many biographies of many superstars. The current rosters I think they had at that time. Many posters. Here John Cena, Batista, and Triple H on the Vengeance poster. Batista, Big Show, Carlito, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Christian Hemme, Eddie Guerrero, Candice Michelle, I think. No, either Candice Michelle or Dawn Marie. I think it's Dawn Marie. Kane, Eminem, Randy Orton, not Eminem, M&M. Yeah. Shawn Michaels, Paul London, Tori Wilson, The Undertaker. Okay. That's are the posters. And it was Dawn Marie. Here we see Dawn Marie. Yeah. Okay. Here we have Chris Jericho on the cover. Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of rock and roller. And yeah, it's the June edition of the Power Wrestling magazine. Here they're talking about again the events that will happen in Hamburg in Hamburg and Leipzig in Germany. John Cena in Portrait. They're talking about him, and here they're talking about Chris Jericho. No, they having an interview with Chris Jericho. And here they are talking about Hulk Hogan. One more match. That they will make one more match. And here they are talking about an event that already happened at the time. the WWE in Berlin. In Berlin, yeah, it was the Revenge Tour, I think. Yeah, because here they are talking about WrestleMania Revenge and Backlash, and here they are talking about the death of Chris Candido. Yeah. And I think some superstars talking about him in this uh, edition of Power Wrestling. Chris Candido, I think I saw him in WCW. I also have seen him in TNA. Yeah, well, this is sad when something like this happens. Yeah. But here we have also Shane Douglas in an interview. Yeah, with Power Wrestling. Extreme Championship Wrestling. They're talking about the future comeback of ECW and many other topics. Here we see ECW. One Night Stand. They're talking about that. Here we see, I think it's Tori Wilson and Edge and Mohammed Hassan with Daivari. Nope, it was Stacy Keibler. Huh? One, I said Tori Wilson, but that's Stacy Keibler. Yeah. Okay. Here we have the May edition of the Power Wrestling magazine, and here we see Triple H on the cover. Yeah. They're talking about WrestleMania 21 that happened in LA, in Hollywood. In Hollywood, yep. And here we see Batista's World Heavyweight Champion. There's also a topic here in this magazine. And they're talking about that Hulk Hogan was at WrestleMania 21. Sylvester Stallone honors Hulk Hogan. I think talking about that he inducted him into the Hall of Fame from WWE at the time. Here, Triple H, that damn good. They're talking about his career here. Also, another topics here that are Steve Austin and Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 21. And here's an interview with Two Cold Scorpio. Also, Chris Jericho and Fozzy with Fozzy in Germany on tour. Yeah, it's another topic in this magazine. And Jimmy Hart. Here they're looking at Jimmy Hart's career in this magazine. And they're looking at Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty was a short time back in WWE at the time. Yeah, I've seen that at that time. I can remember that very good. But it was very short. It was very short that he was in WWE again. And they have made a TV deal. I think it's a German TV deal that they are talking about in this magazine, and many other topics as well. Here we see the Fuzzy poster with all the band members and Chris Jericho, And here, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. These are the posters in this magazine. Next magazine is here we have the April edition of Power Wrestling, and John Cena's on the cover. The topics are, um, yeah, we had the chance to win a road to WrestleMania, or to travel to WrestleMania in the USA, and then to win also the to tickets to the show in Berlin. I think that's just that's just very cool. Sounds really cool. The one that won that thing was a very very lucky, I think. Here we have also an interview with Batista, a power wrestling interview. In portrait Rey Mysterio, and they are talking about The Rock with Be Cool in his movie Be Cool in the cinema. Yeah. Also, another topic are John Cena, his greatest chance at WrestleMania 21. He had his first WWE title match at WrestleMania 21. Here they're talking about the matches for WrestleMania Revenge in Berlin. What happened at WrestleMania 21? Yeah. And also they're talking about a wrestler reunion. Legends Legends in the ring again. One more time in the ring. Brock Lesnar sues WWE. Also another topic, and they are talking about WWE No Way Out and TNA Against All Odds in this magazine. And here they're talking about how Hulk Hogan will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and many other topics. Here's the poster from WrestleMania 21. Kane, Shawn Michaels, and and yeah, Batista. Sorry for the little break, but I accidentally pushed the stop button. So here we have the March edition from 2005. Batista is on the cover, and they are talking about here. They are talking about the countdown to WrestleMania 21. Yeah. Also, they're talking about wrestling in free TV, with TNA on Eurosport, which is the one channel of in Germany in TV. Yeah, and also the Power Wrestling Awards. I think they're talking about that, and that the people can decide who wins the Power Wrestling Awards. One wrestler can win that, I think. I forgot about that thing. And also here they're talking about Brock Lesnar and how he left or how he will leave WWE, because at that time WrestleMania 20 no he already left WWE at that time. At WrestleMania 20 had did he had his last match with Brock Lesnar at that time. WrestleMania 21, they didn't have a match. I confused that. But here they are talking about that Brock Lesnar comes back. But I think they're talking about his UFC career, I think, because at that time, Brock Lesnar was not coming back at that time, I think. Yeah. I think they are talking about that in this magazine. Also, another topics are obviously obviously Batista and his career and how he climbed the mountain and becoming one of the top stars of WWE. Also, an interview with Too Cold Scorpio here in this magazine. And they are talking about the upcoming event in April in Berlin. Also, they are talking about China here and problems with drugs and alcohol at the time here. And she apparently was out of control. Okay, yeah, that was out of control. She and her problems and everything like that is the topic in this magazine. Okay, and here they are talking about also WWE New Year's Revolution, the Royal Rumble in 2005. WWE here's another topic. Yeah, Steve Austin and his movies. Here they're talking about that Steve Austin makes movies for WWE. In WWE, because they have made several movies with different superstars in WWE. Yeah. So the next magazine is from February 2005, and yeah. Here we see Victoria, WWE's Victoria, but in Impact her name is Tara, but at that time here we see WWE Diva Victoria, and they have an interview with her in this magazine. Also, topics are the comeback of ECW, and they're talking about that also that we can win tickets for the upcoming event in Berlin. The Raw Superstars coming to Berlin, and we had the chance to win tickets for it. Also here, they're talking looking back at 2004 and talking about all that happens in wrestling back then. And they're talking about Chief Austin and The Rock, and that they will be at WrestleMania 21, maybe. Here, other topics are WWE Armageddon and New Year's Revolution, and they're talking about Brock Lesnar, rumors about Brock Lesnar, and Edge, that he made a book, an autobiography, and yeah, it came out at the time, and WWE Tough Enough, and the TNA Turning Point. I think Jeff Hardy is the big topic at that time, but I could be wrong. Maybe that happened. The thing with Jeff Hardy happened maybe a year after that one, but I don't know really right now. So, and many other topics. The posters in this magazine are Undertaker, the Royal Rumble poster with the many superstars on it. Here, Jillian Garcia and Eugene. Oh, I think I forgot to show the posters from this magazine. Here, the last on the last magazine with Batista on it. Here, the posters were John Cena, Triple H with the world title, and here Christian and Jerry Lawler, and I can't really see it right now. Focus, focus. Still can't really see it. But it was Jerry Lawler with somebody else on it. And yeah, here were the posters: Undertaker, here the Royal Rumble poster, Jillian Garcia, and Eugene. So here we come to the January edition of 2005 of the Pro Wrestling magazine, and yeah, here we see Edge on the cover. Edge, the coming world champion, the future world champion. Here, question mark. They're talking about that. Also, they're talking about WWE in Berlin. And here, they're talking about that they fired some superstars from WWE. Also, they're talking about they are having Chris Jericho in an interview here in this magazine. Here, the coming world champion, the future world champion, question mark, Edge. No? Also, they are talking about the rise and fall of ECW. And they're talking about Lex Luger and his downfall or something like that. And WWE Survivor Series in 2004. Also the topic is the TNA pay-per-view Victory Road, the history and the history and the present of Tough Enough, and the video game SmackDown vs. Raw, and many other topics. Posters in this magazine are JBL, here the WrestleMania Revenge Tour poster, Stacy Keibler, and Heidreich. So, that were the pro wrestling magazines. Here we see another wrestling magazine, Wrestling Inside. Here's Shawn Michaels on the cover. This was Catch magazine. Shawn Michaels in young. He was young at the time. Here we see Kevin Nash on the cover. This is another Catch magazine with Kevin Nash on the cover. Here we see Ricky Steamboat. Yeah. Old-fashioned style magazines. Yeah. Okay. That was it. With this portfolio, and I know you have seen it. I'm sorry for it. I was eating some chocolate before I made this video, so that's why my fingers looked a bit not good. My one finger that you saw, my didn't look good. Sorry for that. But yeah, that was the portfolio from 2005. My number 2. In the next video, you will see my portfolio number 3 with the wrestling magazines from 2006. Okay. So that was it. That was portfolio number 2 from 2005 with the wrestling magazines from 2005. And we will talk about the portfolio number 3 in the next one with the wrestling magazines from 2006. Yeah, 2006. Oh, until then, see you. Your boy, Master Chief Mike.